This video walks through completing lab assignment 3.2.1.7, configuring VLANs, which is in the Routing and Switching Essentials Cisco Academy curriculum. So in this lab, we open up and we have a topology of three switches. Switch 1 is in the middle there connecting switch 2 and 3, and we've got PC 1, 2, and 3 connected off of switch 2, and PC 4, PC 5, and PC 6 connected to switch 3 over here. Now, each one of these are in different VLANs. That's important to know because even though they are on separate sides of a network, only VLANs computers in one VLAN can only talk to computers in that same VLAN. So for instance, PC1 here and PC4 are both in VLAN 10. We should be able to configure it where only those two computers can talk to each other, where PC2 cannot talk to PC4 because they're in different VLANs. Okay, it's a way to segregate our traffic without losing connectivity or like physical connection. So it really doesn't matter how we have it laid out in terms of physical connections as long as we have the configurations correct. So here I'm just going to draw a little bubble around and kind of color code it so that we can see which PCs should be able to talk to which ones. So we'll do VLAN 10 in blue. All right, so PC1 here should be able to talk to PC4. We'll do another one in red. PC2 here should be able to talk to only PC5. And let's do one in green. So PC3 down here should only be able to talk to PC6. All right, so with that, again, kind of color coding it so you can see which machine should be able to talk to each other. Now, with the PCs connected to each one of these ports on a switch, all right, we call these PCs end devices. We want to make each one of these ports on the switch that's connected to the end device in access mode. When we have a switch to switch configuration, we want to make that, or connection, we want to make that in trunking mode, okay? Because if you think about the topology, this FA011 here connected to switch 3 should only carry VLAN 10 traffic. This one FA011 connected to switch 2, only VLAN 10 traffic. FA018 connected to switch 2, only VLAN 20. Same thing here for port 18 on switch 3, only VLAN 20. VLAN 30 should be the only thing connected to FA06, and same thing here on switch 2. Now, what do you think about when you ping PC1 to PC4? It's got to travel from S2 to S1 to S3 out to PC4. So that means from switch to switch, we need to be able to carry all VLAN traffic so that it doesn't actually prevent things from working, okay? So on S1, the first thing they have us do sorry, let me exit back one. All right, it says issue the command that displays all VLANs configured. So you can do a question mark here after show, but show VLAN, and then we've got brief, ID, name. If we just do show VLAN, it'll show you the ones configured there. You can also do show VLAN brief, okay? And it'll kind of give you like a breakdown of every port that you have on your system and what VLAN is actually associated with it. So here you've got VLAN 1, and all of our ports are pretty much in VLAN 1 right now. And then you've got some default VLANs, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. All of those are default, so they're not really assigned to any ports here. So that's also important. Even though you create a VLAN, you still need to be able to assign it to a port so that it can actually work and carry traffic appropriately. Okay, so this default one of 1 was already created. Okay. it says, note that each PC can ping other PCs on the network. So PC1 can ping PC4, 2 can ping PC5, 3 can ping PC6. Pings to other PCs in the networks fail. Okay, it says, so on S1 here, we're going to create the following VLANs. All right, so to create a VLAN, our command is actually just VLAN and whatever number you want to create. So VLAN 10. Now right here, you'll notice it changes to config-VLAN. So after you type in VLAN 10 is created, but sometimes you want like a more common name. So you would do name faculty / staff. Okay. So name faculty / staff, then you can type exit. All right, now I'm gonna create VLAN 20, and then I'm gonna do name students. And again, I'm just getting that from this information right here. Okay. VLAN 30, name guest, and in parentheses default. VLAN management and, oh, I'm sorry, VLAN 40, getting ahead of myself. Sorry, VLAN 99, name management and native. Okay. So now let's do a show VLAN brief again. Okay, and you see now we have 10 faculty staff, 20 students, 30 guest default, 99 management and native. Okay, so we've got all 4 of our VLANs created that we need, 10, 20, 30, 99. Okay. So now it says create the VLANs on S2 and S3. So we're basically just kind of rinse and repeat here. VLAN 10, name, faculty, staff, VLAN 20, name, students. And you want to make sure that your VLAN numbers match up correctly. Now the names will not prevent the VLANs from working correctly, but the numbers will. So you definitely want to make sure that you have them numbered correctly. So that is the most important part. The naming is more just for you when you look back at the VLAN configurations later, so you can know what the purpose of that VLAN is. For instance, some businesses actually have it broken out by like departments. So you may have like a computer department, a accounting department, a human resources department. So the traffic is broken out that way. Here they've kind of more got it broken out by like faculty, students, a guest network, and then a management and native that is going to carry all of our VLAN traffic. Okay. All right. So again, on each one, and remember you can type do so you don't have to go back out here. So you can actually do this in configuration mode. So do VLAN brief, and you see we got 10, 20, 30, 99 on S2. Same thing, we want to make sure we got 10, 20, 30, 99. Okay, and right now you should also be at 60 out of 90 or somewhere around there. Okay, all right, so now that we've checked that, it says assign VLANs to the active ports on S2. Okay, so again, this is where we assign FA011 to the right VLAN, FA018 and FA06. Same thing over here on S2. Okay, so on S2, okay, we need to look at our diagram here. PC1 is connected to FA011. So we want to make sure that FA011 can carry VLAN traffic. So how do we do that? Well, you do interface FA011. We do switch port mode access. Okay, and then switch port access mode and whatever VLAN traffic you wanted to carry, which, oh, sorry, switch port access VLAN 10, okay? Switch port access VLAN 10. So switch port mode access, switch port access, whatever VLAN you want that specific port to carry, whatever VLAN traffic. So if we exit out of that one, the next one is FA018. And you notice here that FA018 is connected to PC2. So we do switch port mode access and then switch port access VLAN 20. And you also see it turn orange, the port, momentarily because it's renegotiating what's going on. So it's telling it, hey, you can only now carry VLAN 20 traffic, okay? Interface FA06 down there at the bottom is connected to PC3. And we do switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 30, okay? And again, you start to see it renegotiate what's going on there, okay? So now we're going to repeat the same thing on S3. So we're going to go in on S3, interface FA011, which is connected to PC4. We do switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10, interface FA018, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20, because that's the traffic that PC5 right here is carrying. And then interface FA06, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 30. Okay, so it's very important that you note the physical connections here. Okay, what actual port is it plugged into? So if you were to accidentally like replug PC4 into, port 10, then you'd have to reconfigure port 10 now to carry that traffic. Now, let's look at what it looks like if we do a show VLAN brief now. Okay, let me make this a little bit wider. Okay, so now you see it says VLAN 10 active, and it is assigned to port FA011. 20 is assigned to port FA018. VLAN 30 assigned to port FA06, and that should match up to what we have here, okay? And same thing on S2, if we do a show VLAN brief, same thing. 10 is on FA011, 20 is on FA018, 30 is on FA06. Now these ports do not have to be the same on each side, like FA011 on both of these don't have to carry VLAN 10. It just really needs to be whatever PC you need to receive that traffic, okay? So they just do that for ease of configuring, so you can kind of think about it easier. But you just need to really look at what port is it assigned to, okay?